Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tower of God tournament. My name is Magnus, and I'm so happy to have with me here Dazamu. Thank you so much for being here with me today and for being a part of this event with me. Say hi, Dazamu.
Hi, I'm really glad to be here, and I'm definitely looking forward to today's matches. So thanks for having me.
Happy to have you here, and thank you so much for, as I said, being a part of this event. So I'm just gonna go through the kind of point system and kind of how this tournament is gonna go. If that's okay. So obviously we're going up with the kind of point system when it comes to the matches. So every survivor escapes does count. So just to go into detail with that, so we're gonna do if 0 survivor escapes, it's gonna be 0 points for survivor and 5 points for hunter. 1 survivor escapes would be 1 point for survivor and 3 points for hunter. 2 survivor escapes would be 2 points for survivor and 2 points for hunter. 3 survivor escapes would be 3 points for survivor and 1 point for hunter. And if it's a 4-man escape, it's going to be 5 points for survivor and it's going to be 0 for hunter. And as I said, the team with the highest points will be the winner at the end of it. It will be added up, collected. And we are also going up with the coin toss system, as everyone should probably be aware. It's going to be the winner chooses the map and loser would be either hunter or survivor. And the first match would be with Asterism against Royal Red. So we've actually have done the coin toss, and Tails is actually Asterism that won. So they're gonna be choosing Red Church as their first map, and they are also Royal Red will be the first survivor. So it's kind of a interesting lineup, and I'm very excited to see how this match will turn out. What do you think, Daza?
I'm really excited for these two. I don't think I have ever seen any of these three teams play in the tournaments I've been part of so far. So that's really exciting to me, and I'm definitely looking forward to this, because it's always fun to see new players shine on the stage. So I have no idea what to expect, which is honestly great. I love that. And I am definitely in the mood to be surprised by these amazing players and see what they are actually gonna bring out. We have seen in the introduction that was prior to the stream that we have several survivors actually who are maining non-meta survivors, so I do kind of expect to see some non-meta survivor picks.
Very excited.
Really curious to see what the bans exactly are gonna be like, but we'll just have to wait it out, and let's see what's going on. Let's get to the character selection.
Yeah, the exciting bit. So as I said, it's gonna be Asterism against Royal Red. So most of these people in Royal Red are actually I'm quite fond of, and all my friends. So I'm very excited to see how they're gonna play. So let's see what the
so we do see that Red Church is the map that's been picked first. Red Church is a fairly popular tournament map, actually. This is because it's a small map, so it's fairly easy for hunters to maneuver around. Red Church is one of the stronger hunter maps, which is funny, of course, if you take in consideration that other popular hunter map picks would be Moonlit and Lakeside, which are really big and open maps. Red Church is quite the opposite of it, but for the fact that Red Church is a really strong map for hunters such as Dreamwitch, such as Sculptor, two hunters that are currently part of this meta, makes it a really strong and very good and interesting too first round pick. So normally I would say that means that we are definitely gonna see something like Dreamwitch or Sculptor coming in. However, because we have a lot of players that don't necessarily play as much meta, I'm really excited to see what else they will bring out.
Yeah, it looks like the AE Hunter is an axe boy main, so that'll be interesting to see, especially in the map like Red Judge, where you do see a lot of axe boys there. So it can be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. X-Boy is it's not ideal for Red Church. It can definitely work out. We do see that the Hunter is coming through with the Mercenary ban. For those who are watching who are not familiar with the new ban system, so the old ban system, the Hunter would get 1 survivor ban right off the bat, and that's it for the first round. However, with the new ban system, the Hunter gets a ban right off the bat, and then the first 2 survivors actually are able to lock in their choices. Afterwards, the Hunter gets another survivor ban, so that means there's not 1 but 2 survivor bans at the very start. And after that, the survivors get to pick the next 2 survivors.
Right. It's gonna be interesting to see what they pick. I'm very excited. As you said, the non-meta picks are gonna be a different sight to see, especially since we see quite a lot of the metas nowadays.
We're still just waiting for the first 2 survivor picks, so please bear with us for a second. A lot of people are still like trying to kind of figure their way around this new ban system, because it's really new. This is basically the new tournament layout. It's been used in the Chinese and the Japanese IFL, so that's the league in Asia. We don't really have a league here, of course, unless some of you might be familiar with ICL, which is something I'm part of too, which will start from next month on too. That's NAEU's unofficial league tournament. We do use the new ban system for that one too. However, we did not start yet. Alright, it seems like the first survivor is getting picked. Or it's gonna be 2. Alright, so we're coming in with the Gravekeeper is getting locked in.
And the Perfumer too.
And we are getting a Perfumer as well. Alright, so now we are gonna wait and see what the second ban will be from the Hunter side. So let's just wait for that for a bit.
It's gonna be.
So considering it is a mercenary ban, it's fairly smart actually to lock in that Gravekeeper. Oh, the second survivor ban is gonna be the mechanic. Really strong ban. Really meta bans as well on the Hunter part mercenary, especially if this Hunter is gonna play X-Boy. Getting that mercenary out of the way is great because they are very able to stuff that rescue. As for the mechanic, of course, mechanic really strong for Cypher Rush. So yeah, no, there's not a lot for me to actually say about it. It's just really smart, really smart bans.
Smart ban. You see quite a lot of that nowadays.
Yeah, no, definitely. Of course, we do know that mechanic has gotten nerfed quite a bit over the past
season.
Yeah, over the past season, basically.
But she's still as strong as ever.
Yeah, definitely. The ability that she has to decode even from the chair makes her incredibly strong. Because, of course, mechanic is a weak target, so when she gets chased down, there's not a lot she can do, especially against really strong hunters, such as Ixboy is a good example of that too, because he has those flames, he has the roots too, that give him insane speed boosts, and with the mechanics slow folding debuffs, there's not a lot she can always do about it, and thus you don't get as many kites out of her. Generally, of course, there is definitely some people who are amazing at kiting with these decoders, so you never know, but generally it's really hard for a decoder to kite as long. And because of that, the ability she has to just decode from the chair and still basically keep up that cipher rush even if she gets downed, is really strong.
Especially if you don't find that bot, and you do share that mechanic, it's still a game changer, and you can still tie or win that match.
Yeah, no, exactly. We are still waiting for the last two survivor picks.
Okay, I'm just going to...
Would be funny if they go prisoner and explorer now. Yeah, no. Honestly,
I'm
that
not
would
surprised
definitely ensure a
prisoner.
cipher rush. Especially explorer, prisoner as well, by the way. But explorer has been part of the tournament meta for quite a bit, also for rank, but for tournaments as well, because he has that hiding ability. Red Church is decent for explorer, not too great. It's a small map. There's not a lot of grass patches and such that he can hide it, so it's not great. It still works because it's explorer, especially if he knows those hiding spots. There's definitely opportunities for him up there. However, as prisoner has been used more often, especially because he does counter Dream Witch. Dream Witch, of course, did get nerfed, so she isn't used as much in the first rounds anymore as she used to. We now see a lot of sculptors in the first round, and prisoner does decent against sculptor. It's not the best counter, but you know, any character that basically just encourages cipher rush is really strong against any hunter, and prisoner definitely does so, especially after the little rework he got, the little buff he got, making it so that he doesn't lose as much progression on the cipher machines anymore. Does make it easier. However, we'll have to see what they go for. I definitely do expect to see a decoder in this team comp. We do have the perfumer, who doesn't really have a decoding debuff, except of course for when she misses a skill check, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Then there's Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper for a rescue character doesn't have as much of a debuff. This actually makes him a really good rescuer because he has those shuffles, is really strong, so you definitely do not want to chase that Gravekeeper, especially at the start of the game. That does actually make him a really viable character. And then there is, of course, the rescue speed increase that he has. And it seems like we are getting our last two survivor picks.
Priestess
so
and
we
prisoner.
are gonna see the priestess, and we
the
are
prisoner.
indeed gonna see a prisoner.
You were indeed right.
So we are actually gonna see a prisoner. Alright, so now all we have to wait for is the hunter, and then we will be able to start the match shortly.
And the Axe Boy is coming.
The Axe Boy, like you said, indeed.
It'll be an interesting match.
Definitely. Alright. I am really excited for this match. We just have to wait now for the teams to basically lock in their choices and lock in their talents. So we're almost good to go. But yeah, Priestess also, especially against a hunter like the X-Boy, Priestess can definitely force a teleport out of the X-Boy. Of course, Red Church isn't the biggest map. However, there's definitely, especially around the church, some really good trick portals for Priestess to set up. So she can definitely be a valuable support character for this team, especially with the Prisoner coming in. Prisoner is a decoder that has some defense, not too great still, because it's still a decoder, of course. But he has some defense, and especially with the Priestess coming in, might actually be able to set himself up for a decent guy, even if he gets found as a first target.
And there we go. They have locked their characters in, and the match is finally starting.
Man, I am definitely excited. I don't know about you,
I am
but
very
I'm ready
excited.
to see this matchup. Alright, and there we go. So we do have an outside graveyard spawn. Hunter going straight for
to
that
top
top breakable.
broken. Oh, where the prisoner is.
So Prisoner opting not to rotate out was scared because this X-Boy is going straight for this area. Really unfortunate spawn, by the way, for the Prisoner. But decides to just hide it out and not take any risk. But
no.
sadly,
Gets
X-Boy
found.
did manage to find him. Nice dodge on the Prisoner though. So it's a bit unfortunate he had to use his stun this early on. But didn't want to take any risks. So I have to see. Dodges it again.
Oh, but gets hit.
Does get hit through that pellet because it's really hard to get that pellet stun off on that speed boost. So that's really well played from the X-Boy, even if... Ooh, the blink coming in too! That's an early down! Oh
Getting
no!
that early down.
I mean, we do see the Priestess being focused on decoding. So that does possibly mean that they might go for rescue after half or not rescue at all. X-Boy knows this too, because if they decide to sell this Prisoner, especially with this team comp, they could definitely rush those ciphers down. Definitely not something you want as an X-Boy, because that would definitely mean you get a tie rather than a win. Unless, of course, he gets the second round early on. Going after beautiful prediction from the X-Boy.
That was a great fireball from the X-Boy now. Looks like Perfuma going in.
Realizing she cannot go for the rescue anymore now. Perfuma coming in with
oh god, gets
another flame! No way!
This is game changing for him.
This puts the X-Boy in an amazing position. It does seem like the Perfuma is standing still. Oh. Thank goodness, did get back in the game. They did manage to heal up the Priestess, but yeah, sadly, Perfuma going down. Does seem like she is lagging out a bit, so we have to see if they are gonna go for applause here or not. But wow, what a start for this X-Boy. This, I mean,
great.
You have, yeah, there we go with the pause.
There we go, we pause. Bear with me 1 second.
Take your time. So about what's going on, because we can definitely just take this break to just discuss for a bit about what exactly is going on. Let me switch it to intermission. Oh,
it seems like that the Perfuma and the Priestess are having some issues reconnecting to the server. So what do you think, Asamu? What should we
I do not really know what the rules state about pausing or asking for a rematch.
Well,
Because
I have
the issue
stated
with
that
this
it is
is
the first 60 seconds of the game, but since we're already this far into the game, I'm afraid it's gonna have to be.
what I would suggest in this case is see if the survivors can still reconnect.
Yes, of course.
Mainly because if you have to restart, the game is really in the X-Boy's favor right now. There's 3 ciphers remaining. The perfumer is on chair. Of course, the perfumer might be on chair because of the fact that they lagged out. We did see that the perfumer was standing still. However, on the other hand, the perfumer did take the flame hit and did not manage to perfume that one earlier on while they were still in game. We do not know if it's because they lagged out or anything that they took that hit in the first place. But it did seem like that was a genuine hit from the X-Boy.
Yes.
And with that, it would mean that the perfumer would be unable to use her item. And with that, would also likely mean that the X-Boy would have gotten the perfumer down sooner than later anyway. So but
the team has agreed to keep going, and I have explained to them. So we're just gonna see how this game goes.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you can also always discuss with the other team what they think is fair. However, I would say the game currently is definitely in the X-Boy's favor. It's been way past 60 seconds, so sadly not a lot we can do about it. But like you explained earlier on, this is not a kind of tournament that goes by rounds. It rather goes by how many points they gather for them.
And escape, definitely.
Yeah, so this does put them at a disadvantage, but considering the fact that they have to play 5 rounds after this anyway, there's still plenty of possibilities to come back from this. So it's not really the end of the world. It's not like they will be eliminated after this round. They still will play tomorrow against
definitely, they still have a chance to turn this around, and I do believe that they are beating themselves up for it, but I'm sure they still have, as you said, a chance to turn this around, definitely.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, yeah, I think we just have to continue and see what will happen. Yeah, just tell me when I can continue the game, and then we shall proceed.
So they are absolutely ready.
Alright, then we will continue the match.
Sorry for the viewers. We're just having some issues at the moment, but we're gonna continue with the matches, and we'll see how this goes. As you said, it is on the Axe Boys' favor, but they also have a chance tomorrow too.
Let's just get back into this. We do see that the Gravekeeper is gonna use a shovel. Does not want to get hit. It's a little tricky for a Gravekeeper to rescue against an X-Boy. He does have that increased rescue speed, but the fact that he has to dig his way back up. Ooh, beautiful jump though! Realizing that the X-Boy was kind of patrolling around, taking that opportunity to get that rescue off. Sadly, Puma does get hit, however, she did get rescued before Gravekeeper still uninjured, so he can do a second rescue.
Second rescue, definitely. And he still has that one shovel.
Sadly gets hit here though.
This is definitely on the Axe Boys' favor
for this team here. So this does mean that the Priestess and the Gravekeeper now have to heal up. However, this X-Boy knows the Gravekeeper is in the area, so there is not an easy way for him to escape this. This is a corner of the map, means there's only basically one way out, which is to get past the Hunter. But it seems like is the Gravekeeper actually gonna try and get this rescue? Definitely seems to be the case, but sadly does not get it off. A nice try from the Gravekeeper here, but yeah.
Going into the Axeboy's favor, as he said.
So now, I mean, I know we are 3 cyphers remaining. Priestess is injured, so it does make it a bit tricky. However, Exploit actually decided to put the Gravekeeper on a chair, making it so that Priestess has an opportunity to get the dungeon.
Will she be able to get it and reach it? Is a question. As we said,
it does mean that the Priestess will gain 1 point for their
definitely.
team, which honestly does make a huge difference, because otherwise I'm not sure if you count Hunter points too, or if it's just 1 survivor escapes.
1 survivor escape would be if Priestess does make it. But,
oh dear, that gave me a genuine heart attack. I thought she portaled right into the Hunter, but the Hunter definitely did not see that coming too. Swung too late and gave Priestess the time to get back through the portal, making it that she gets a lot of distance over this Hunter. But will it be enough to get to the dungeon?
Will she be able to get it? Oh, misses that fireball.
Oh, sadly it's not a graveyard.
Oh,
they are not too sure where this dungeon is at.
Oh, and the Exploit does know where dungeon is.
The Exploit is now gonna try and camp this. Oh, misses his way. Is she gonna make it?
You should be gonna make it.
No, she is gonna make it. Wow!
What an
Exploit
awesome
missing 2 swings, and the Priestess getting the dungeon. That was incredibly close. Well played from the Priestess, because that was a beautiful portal as well.
That was amazing work from the Priestess, gaining that 1 point for their team, even if that was a bit of a turn.
Yeah, definitely was really well played from the Priestess. Bit of a ballsy move, I might say, because she did have to portal right into that Hunter, but she placed it in such a way that she wouldn't get exactly in front. Exploit kinda reacting immediately upon seeing the portal, basically missing that first swing, giving the Priestess time to get to that pellet, and then Exploit not only missing his flame, but also his second swing, which is really unfortunate. Probably a bit of stress on the Hunter side there, but overall, really well played from the Exploit. Beautiful blink at the start, beautiful flame hit on not only the Priestess but the Perfumer as well, and then that flame that was used to down the Prisoner. Overall, really well played from both teams, and yeah, we're gonna see what we're gonna get next. Time to get back into that custom. Wow.
That was... I will not get over that. That was
was incredibly close.
Definitely.
So yeah, no, I did not know what to expect on that one. For the fact that it was so close. It does of course mean that the Priestess has gathered 1 point for their team. But wow. I wouldn't want to be the Priestess in that situation. That must have been incredibly stressful.
we are waiting for the Royal Red's hunter at the moment. So we're just waiting on the hunter. Making decisions on who's the hunting for Royal Red to get this this 4-man, hopefully.
I mean, because of this point system, there is not as much pressure on the on either of the teams. Of course, you do want to get a 4-man here because that would put you ahead point-wise, which is always a good thing. It's always nice to start off with a bit of a head start. It's definitely something you want, but it's yeah, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't really work out.
We do have that first ban and another Merc ban, as from the looks of it.
Let's get into the character selection in that case. Ooh, I did not clear this just yet.
Rushing you too much. I am so sorry.
Still getting kinda trying to get familiar with this new ban system. But we are gonna see the mercenary ban once again. And also, of course, once again, Red Church. So now we just wait for the first 2 survivors to be locked in.
We're just waiting on that 2 survivor lock-ins decision from Ace Tourism at the moment.
I mean, at the end, probably this will go a lot more smooth. But like I said, everyone's just kind of trying to get familiar with this new ban system, how it exactly works. As some of you may know, the new ban system is not available in on the server just yet. Oh, it does seem like
we do have the 2 lock-ins.
The mechanic coming in.
And the coordinator coming in there too.
So there we have the mechanic and coordinator. Coordinator actually somewhat of an interesting ban here. Or I mean a pick here. Because coordinator generally not considered a great first rescuer. However, on the other hand, coordinator is actually really strong against hunters such as the guard 26. Also, we are gonna see a seer ban now. Usually, bands such as Mercenary and Seer would kind of suggest that you are gonna see a hunter, such as Wu Chang, or a Dream Witch, for example, too. Sculptor sometimes it's basically hunters that tend to ban other survivors over that mechanic, or generally hunters that have good map pressure are able to deal with the mechanic and her bot.
Yeah.
So that's on the other hand, though, of course, the survivors did go right in picking that mechanic, not giving the hunter the opportunity to ban the mechanic as a second character. But yeah, no, the mercenary coming in as a first ban definitely looks like this is gonna be a camp heavy hunter that might actually be able to stop rescues, and might maybe even rely a bit on it. Then there's the Seer ban, of course. Seer, a character that can prolong anyone's kite, especially with a mechanic on a team that's Seer, can be really valuable.
We're waiting on the other two survival lock-ins from Ace Tourism. Going in with that acrobat as one of the characters, and you're right, we are gonna see some non-meta. Oh, it looks like they've changed their mind.
We'll just wait and see what they opt to go for. I'm gonna see the Enchantress instead. I mean, once again, quite an off-meta pick.
An Enchantress. That would be very interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while since I actually have seen an Enchantress in action in a tournament.
Me too.
Which is interesting, because obviously Enchantress is somewhat of a stronger kiter, has those stuns, can definitely work around it. However, you do have to keep in mind there's also a coordinator on the team, so it's very likely that the hunter is gonna bring a build that consists out of perks such as Rage, such as Desperate Fight. Desperate Fight, definitely something you want to bring. Rage, not so much. It's very effective against Enchantress. Also, if there's a Priestess on the team. But for an Enchantress and Coordinator duo, definitely you want to get the Desperate Fight in to make sure that stun doesn't last as long. That goes for the 3-stack, that obviously goes for the Coordinator gun. It's also kind of effective against those single stacks. But yeah, no, definitely expect to see a Desperate Fight coming in this Hunter's build. However, of course, we do not know what the Hunter exactly is gonna pick. If it's gonna be, for example, I was gonna say something, a Sculptor. Sculptor is able to block the gun with those statues. We have seen several Sculptors be able to do so. So that's definitely an option. If they are confident they can pull that off, they might not go for Desperate Fight. They might go for any other possible perk that they would prefer in that case. However, to play it safe, it's always nice to bring Desperate Fight. As for Enchantress, if it's a Sculptor as well, basically that means that the Sculptor can chase this Enchantress from a distance. Enchantress, known as the tight guiding queen.
So it looks like they are going with the Acrobat after all, from what I've heard from Ace Tourism. So they are gonna go with the Acrobat and the Enchantress as their final pick.
Wow, that's a really strong Cypher Rush team up.
Definitely.
Because you have to keep in mind, the Coordinator is the only one with an actual decoding debuff, and that only counts when there is a survivor on the chair. So does
have
kind
that
of mean that they
mechanic
have to
too.
sacrifice a bit of that survivability. Seems like the hunter is gonna go X-Boy as well.
X-Boy again!
Wow. Are we gonna see a battle of the X-Boys?
X-Boys, it looks like we are. And I have seen Texas X-Boy, and I must say, it is really good. So I am very interested to see.
I
what
also
he's gonna
see in chat in
bring.
the mode they pick Gordon Enchant because I played against him in Bonbon. Yeah, like I said, Coordinator is really strong against a hunter such as Bonbon. For the fact that Bonbon cannot do a lot against a flare gun, Bonbon is one of the strongest camping hunters. Used to be the absolute best, however, did get nerfed, of course. So now he kind of has to share his spot with Sculptor. However, still really, really strong and scary camping hunter. So Coordinator is definitely a good counter against him, and the Enchantress, of course, who gains stacks over these bombs. However, on the other hand, Bonbon is also able to chase that Enchantress down from somewhat of a distance, so he is somewhat more able to work his way around the stunts of this Enchantress. But yeah, we're gonna see an X-Boy again.
I'm very, very excited to see how this match will turn. Especially with the Acrobat and the Enchantress on the team. It'll be interesting. Oh, and spawning our reception.
So we do actually see a rather good rotation from this team. All of them rotating away from the hunter who is still in this breakable area. So this is really well played from the team. However, we do see the Acrobat sort of running into the hunter, probably doing this on purpose because he wants to take the first fight, probably to protect this mechanic.
Oh, will he get this fireball? Oh,
Manages
misses
to
that
dodge the
fireball.
fireball. We do also see that the X-Boy actually brought excitement. Which is fair, honestly. Like you said, you have that.
Was clicking that excitement.
Of a
Oh, but getting
premature
that
excitement
fireball.
pop, especially because he does now give away the fact that he has that excitement. Does get a beautiful flame hit on the Acrobat, however, but this definitely puts him at a risk because now the excitement is on cooldown for 90 seconds. So if this the Acrobat going down against another beautiful flame hit, but yeah, this does mean that the Coordinator is able to rescue with that gun, and I honestly kind of expect her to do so because now she's guaranteed that gun because excitement is not in play. She can of course decide to save this gun for later. But honestly, there is not a lot of reason to do so because it might get countered because of that excitement.
Nice miss. Oh, he hits the
chair though. So it seems like this Coordinator is now gonna try embody block for the Acrobat for a bit. Make sure you can safely get out there. Gets that pellet for that speed boost. Sadly, there we have the flare gun.
Amazing.
Beautiful job from Coordinator. This gives a lot of distance to the Acrobat. Hunter switching to teleport here now that the gun is out of the game. And also, of course, he's not chasing the Enchantress, so Enchantress might be a problem for later, but teleport's definitely more important for the Hunter here, especially because this mechanic is able to basically decode in peace. The Coordinator did not take any hits, so that means that mechanic herself doesn't have as much of debuff, only from the Acrobat who is injured right now.
But we do have ciphers popping everywhere. We only have 2 ciphers remaining.
The Cypher Rush is absolutely insane. Like we said, Coordinator only one with a debuff mechanic. Ooh, bit of a late bomb, sadly, did not really do a lot. But beautiful rebound kite from Acrobat with support of the coordinator. And now we're down to one cipher. I wonder, let's have a quick look. Did the mechanic actually bring tighter? It does seem to be the case, so we might... Ooh, what gets found on the gate?
Oh, gets that save.
But we do indeed see the mechanic rescuing with that tie turner. That's the wrong button.
Oh,
the cipher was indeed primed. Acrobat, acknowledging that he had enough distance, not really waiting for that hit. Teleport is up, sadly. But great move from these survivors launching. That hunter likely teleported, switched to teleport, and waited for him to teleport to the gate, and basically keeping their distance. So that's great discipline from this survivor team.
This is amazing work on the survivor side.
So now we have the hunter back on the acrobat. Acrobat, of course, dead in the chair, so it's definitely a target you want to eliminate here. But is he gonna get the gate? Is he gonna get the gate? Is getting the gate, but the mechanic trying to body block with the bot is gonna be the sacrifice.
Amazing work from both the hunter and the survivor in that man.
Incredibly unfortunate for the mechanic that she stayed on that bot a bit too long, wasn't able to switch back in time and got eliminated instead of the acrobat. But that was incredibly close. It almost looked like it was gonna be a 4-man escape.
What a shame on that mechanic, but they got that 3-man.
Yeah, no, definitely. And of course they were at a lead already because the hunter already got a 3-man elimination too. But yeah, wow.
So that does give 3 points for Asterism and 1 for Royal Red hunting.
Asterism didn't come out to just play. They definitely came out to win this one. Wow. Like I said, basically from start to end, they had a good rotation, probably knew the spawn locations and acknowledged, alright, hunter, probably spawn reception might go towards breakables, so they made sure that basically the area was cleared of any survivors. And then the acrobat taking that first kite. And from there on, Acrobat did an amazing kite. He definitely did.
Having that mechanic was a game changer. That really cipher rushed that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And of course the fact, because Coordinator did a beautiful rescue. She dodged the flame, X-Boy proceeded to hit the chair, and then the Coordinator waiting for the right moment to use her gun, making it so that the Acrobat gained a lot of distance over this hunter, making it so that the Acrobat actually could do somewhat of a redemption kite. The first kite wasn't as bad, of course. It was a decent kite, but yeah, the Coordinator doing all that without taking any damage at all, making it so that the mechanic can cipher rush even more than she already could. It's absolutely insane.
Flawless. That was a flawless save from that Coordinator. So we're just waiting on the Royal Red Survivor side now.
You like what you mean? You simp for me. Quite. I simp for you. You mean it's supposed to be the other way around. I wonder what the second round's gonna be like. Aderism already has quite a lead over Royal Red in this case. 6-2. Of course, like we said, it goes by total of all rounds point-wise, so not only for today but also for tomorrow. So a lot can still happen. It's just the first round. And honestly, it's also a bit of a warm-up round. Not everyone is still familiar with the new band system, so I'll just have to like wait and see how this is exactly gonna play out. But yeah, we're just now gonna patiently wait for what map we are gonna see this round, because this is the second round, of course, and what bands and picks we are gonna get. So might take another bit. Our apologies for that. Trying to get this done as quickly as possible so we can get into the next match. But yeah, it takes a bit. Do we already have any news on what map we're gonna see this round? Oh, it seems like I have been left on my own. I should talk about snacks some more. Well, honestly, so I started my new job this week. I'm pretty tired, I'll be honest. I am not used to being on my feet for 3 days straight for 8 hours a day. Not used to it. Definitely not. And I spent most of my time helping with orders, which is snacks, which is like sweet stuff, and like baking, bread, that kind of stuff. So
sorry for the disappearance. But I have spoken to the teams, and it looks like the next map that they are going to be choosing is Moonlit River Park.
Moonlit River Park.
Hunter will be asterism hunting in this match, choosing to go hunter first. So
we are once again gonna see asterism hunting first.
Sorry for the long way, everyone.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's just wait for the last survivors to get into this match. And yeah, I'll just proceed to talk about whatever the heck I was talking about. So yeah, work, because work is fun. So yeah, snacks.
Definitely, I agree.
Because someone asked if I wanted to talk about snacks, and the answer is kind of no. Because if you've been standing 3 days straight in the smell of like cupcakes and
that
cakes,
sounds like heaven to me, to be honest.
It sounds nice, and I thought that it would be nice at first too, because lemon cake, I definitely like some lemon cake, I'll be honest, it's pretty good.
I love me some lemon cake.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but after 3 days of standing inside that sweet, incredibly sweet smell, I don't like it as much. So right now I'm just keeping.
It must get quite
my
sickening,
water.
though. I do understand what you mean. It's probably if you're smelling that every day, then it must get a bit.
When doesn't remember me. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be incredibly honest here. I do not recognize a lot of people on YouTube from Discord for the fact that they have different names. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I might not recognize people at first, and I'm really sorry for that. I'm definitely trying my best to, like, keep track of who's who, but, for the fact that everyone has different profile pictures, different nicknames, and whatnot on YouTube and Discord, I just sometimes cannot keep track of it, and I'm really sorry for that. I work in a bakery, so I understand your pain. Thanks.
Everyone loves you.
Because I actually thought at first, like, it was gonna be fun, right? It's like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna, like, bring my pastries and, like, bake some sandwiches. It's fun. But I burnt my hand twice already. Because,
oh no!
No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's just like.
Okay, good. I thought it was something dire. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Good.
I'm fine. I'm fine. But I was a
Good.
bit like, I hate cheese.
Finally, someone that does not like cheese the same
Oh, I
as
like
me.
cheese. I love cheese.
Oh, I thought you said you
Not
don't
right
like
now.
cheese.
I have a bit of a love-hate relationship going on.
I
with
do
that.
too. I agree.
Are people allowed to wear A-tier skins? Couldn't it cause frame rate changes?
Unfortunately, we have agreed that there will be on the hunter side. Anyways, we are not accepting flashy skins due to the frame rate dropping with the survivor side. So we have agreed on that.
That's fair, honestly. Do hear a lot of complaints, especially in rank. I think there was a time too where people would purposely grab S tier skins so the other faction would lag. I'm not sure if it's true. But I heard some rumors around it. Akari, I remember you. I know who you are. Of course I know who you are. I helped you with Twitch back in the day. And you DM'd me the other day, but like I told you I was busy mainly because of work. And I was working on this too. So yeah, I've been keeping busy. X-Boy makes me accessory makes me. I have that with the Feaster. There's this Feaster skin. I think it's Exoplanet, but also the Poseidon skin. And I think another one as well. Like every time he spawns a tentacle or like a tentacle spawns, I just frame rate drop. The same, by the way, goes for Geisha. If she faults something, then my screen just freezes. And I also had it for a little bit with Blood Queen. When she would put down her mirror, I would also just frame drop. And I'd be like, you know what? I'm not gonna play ranked anymore because, especially right now, a lot of people actually play Geisha and I just sat there like, it's not that I do not know how to kite this hunter. It's just every time she vaults a damn window, my screen just freezes. It's not fun anymore. So, yeah. There's that. Now someone asking, so does Forgotten Boy not count then? Because the first game, Enrique used that skin, and I would consider that fleshy, but that may just be me. I'll put that with you.
As long as everyone is, I mean, everyone on the team seemed to be alright with that. So.
Oh, it seems like we are ready to actually head into the picks for this round. Alright, let's get into it. So we are gonna see Moonlit for the second map, which is interesting because it's the opposite of what we saw last round, which is Red Church. Both fairly hunter-sided maps, however one is incredibly small and one is incredibly big. So for the first Survivor band, we are gonna see Mercenary once again.
As always.
As always. Let's see what the survivors are gonna ban, because of course they get a hunter ban this round as well.
With who? Yeah. I hear you typing, Daza. I'll let you.
I'll just try to help out
yeah,
a bit.
It was quite confusing. I thought we were going back to the whole first round. As you said, it takes some getting used to. The new banning system, honestly, it's getting my head around it right now.
Yeah, I'll just try and help out as much as I can.
So we have that, you know.
Alright, so for our first Hunter ban this entire tournament, we're actually gonna see Feaster.
He's the bad. That's a very interesting band.
Definitely, especially because it's Moonlit, and of course, Moonlit, really open map. However, it's also a really large map. And
Definitely.
Feaster, he does have that range. He does have tentacles that he can use, especially on the first and second stop side, except for the two-story building. But other than that, Feaster is not a fast hunter, so
Definitely
if
not.
the survivors opt to go for that roller coaster, he'll have to get on, or he has to bring teleport because he's not going to be able to walk over. I mean, he will, but he will lose a lot of time doing so. Especially compared to other faster hunters, because there are a lot of other hunters that are faster than the Feaster. So, on the other hand, though, do note that there is a really strong Feaster player on this team. We have seen in the introduction that this hunter actually is a Feaster main, so it's probably just a matter of these survivors banning what they know this hunter is best at and deciding just not to take any risks and basically seeing what this hunter is gonna bring out now that the Feaster is banned. I should probably select the map too.
Yeah. So the two survivor picks that they did choose was I'm guessing they're going with Graven Perfumer.
I mean, I did see a bit of confusion earlier because they were
Yeah.
naming Goalkeeper, they were naming Perfumer, they were naming Prisoners, so we have to see what goes on. Could we start soon? We can start as soon as these bans are in, so, yeah, it's
sorry to
it's up
everyone
to
watching.
the teams. It's up to the teams, to lock in. There are two survivors, then the hunter gets another ban, and the last characters get locked in. But yeah, we do have to wait on that first.
Ooh,
We
starting
thought
off
it was
with
a
the
good
Feaster
idea to
block.
expose our mains. Fair. However, of course, this is a smaller tournament, so it's not that deep, not that serious. However, usually a lot of people actually know what most of the survivors play or main, especially in the peak tiers. A lot of players play multiple characters, have like 2 to 3 survivors or hunters that they got down to an art, which is why exposing such things as batches and mains doesn't really affect them, but I understand that in a smaller tournament like this it would have some influence. On the other hand, though, of course, it does kind of force you out of your comfort zone. So it's a bit two-sided. Should have lied on our mains. It seems we do have the first survivor being locked in, which is gonna be the priestess. Do I have to say anything about priestess on Moonlit? I think everyone knows. I'm sure everyone already knows, so,
Okay, so we're waiting on the last survivor pick here. Going into the voice channel, they are still making some decisions, so bear with us and seeing what they're gonna pick.
I mean, and that's what I like about this new band system, because it really makes you think about the survivors you pick in the first phase. So with the first phase, I mean basically the 2 survivors you pick before the second or third band comes in. yeah, it makes it really interesting to see what the surviving team really wants to lock in. So in this case, they decided to immediately go with the priestess. Now we have the second character coming in as well, which is gonna be the prisoner once again. So now we are gonna go to the second ban. So we do know. Wait, wasn't it a mercenary ban? I thought it was a ban. Yes. My apologies on that one. Let me just quickly change that. Completely misread that. In that case, I must say it's really interesting they actually go for prisoner rather than mechanic. Mechanic, still the strongest decoder in this game. Like I said in the first round, the fact that she can decode off of that chair is just incredibly strong.
And even if you get down quickly as a mechanic, you still have that chance to really get that cypher rush.
Yeah, no, indeed. So as long as mechanic, I should make sure you deploy your bot at the start. Make sure it doesn't get found or destroyed or anything like that.
And hide it well. Yes,
you can put yourself in a really good position. Also, especially in rank, mechanic is considered to basically confirm that tie. So yeah. That kind of already shows how strong she is. Let's see. So we're still just waiting for.
So we are. The steer is the second ban that we seems like they've made the decision of steer. We're gonna see that steer and mud ban.
Gonna see a steer ban. I think that's the same ban as we had the first round. Yeah, exact same. Was it?
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's the exact same. So that still actually leaves mechanic as an option. Double decoding, it can definitely make or break your game. It's definitely an option. We have seen it happen multiple times, especially because Prisoner is a really good support decoding character.
Yeah, when it comes to mechanic, definitely. And I do see that a lot. And it's a good comp.
I do not know what y'all mean with simping.
Everyone just is simping for you, Daza. Like, why is that not such a surprise? Like...
Please. So,
waiting for the.
It's fine. It's fine. No, we're fine. Oh, this hunter pig. Wait.
They pick.
Yeah, no. We first have to do the last two survivors, but
so
the hunter already locked in their choice too.
I do apologize to everyone.
All right.
Oh
wow. Alright, so we are gonna see on the survivor side the female dancer and the perfumer, and then for the hunter, I cannot believe it. We're actually gonna see Lucino.
I am so excited. You have no idea, Daza. I am very excited to see this.
Actually gonna see Lucino.
Oof.
Wow, I did not see that coming.
Me neither. I was expecting a sculptor or something, but...
Yeah, no, indeed.
We'll see how this match goes. I'm very excited now.
Oh yeah, no. You and me both.
I love how off guard we got caught in that pick.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh, it does seem like there has been a mistake on the survivor picks, so instead of the female dancer, we're actually gonna see Gravekeeper.
Gravekeeper.
Other than that, we are gonna see the priestess, the prisoner, Gravekeeper, and perfumer.
Perfumer.
Luchino. I did not get into this match expecting we are gonna see.
I didn't even have him
Luchino.
in my head to be a pig.
No, I saw you coming in and was like, no way.
No.
No way.
Are you a Lucino main, Daza? Is that what you're
No,
trying
definitely
to tell everyone?
not. But it's so rare to see people actually play
Definitely.
Lucino. I have to try not be biased in this one. Oh dear. Gets that working carousel spawn, so someone spawning on bridge, which is really vulnerable spawn position. However, Lucino going straight for that cipher machine behind Circus Stand. Gravekeeper not taking any risk, going straight into
Going
the shuffle.
straight.
You definitely do not want to feed the Lucido.
Oh,
Does get that hit.
oh, but slow vault
Sadly
that.
gets a slow fault, so he doesn't get as much distance. Beautiful jump, and there is the
Ooh.
second hit already.
Hit.
Really well played. Beautiful dodge on the Gravekeeper's part.
Ooh,
Gets the
gets that
pallet
pallet
stun too. Well played from Gravekeeper.
Ooh.
Popping into that second shuffle, does get crashed out of it. Ooh, barely makes it over that pallet because of that slow fold once again. Now stuck in this area, there's peepers. No more shuffles available.
Oh, misses that hit. Is he gonna make it? Oh, he doesn't.
Decides not to bolt that window, doesn't want to give away the terror shock because that would mean that the evil reptilian would have gotten to full presence, but that's a really good start for the hunter in this case. They did manage to pop 2 ciphers. Of course, this is a somewhat more cipher heavy team. You have the Fumer and the prisoner who are decoding. Priestess does have the debuff, but of course there's the prisoner kinda trying to make up for it. But it's gonna come down to what these survivors gonna do here. Personally, I would say just leave the Gravekeeper be, or rescue after half, maybe if they're confident. But because of that beautiful early hit, now rescue has to take place. It's just after half, and there's that crash. And there's the double hit! This is great for Altruism.
Looks like you were right. You should have left the Gravekeeper there.
Yeah, the problem with the Gravekeeper in this case is that the Gravekeeper will come off of that chair without any items available, so there's not a lot of opportunities for him to do a rebound kite. He could kind of work around that area, but especially considering the fact that this is a hunter who has those crashes too, Gravekeeper probably brought, or definitely brought a tight turn build too, so no window speed boost or anything, so it's very unlikely for this Gravekeeper to do a rebound kite, considering the circumstances. Sadly, Priestess getting the rescue of right after half. Beautiful play once again from Evil Reptilian, getting that early hit on Priestess and then following up with that body slam right as Gravekeeper got off the chair. Now chasing the prisoner. There's one side remaining.
Gets that curve shot on the prisoner. Oh.
So they did decide to heal up the Priestess. Probably gonna, or probably maybe gonna send her for another rescue or the perfumer, but they wanna play it safe. We are gonna have a quick look at how far the cipher is. They only kind of just started. It's not even half. They are gonna try to rush it down together. What they want to do here is get that Cypher Prime before they get the Hunter off the chair. Hunter's kind of just patrolling between the chair and the Cypher machine to see that that's the Cypher they're working on. It is a bit risky because it's a Cypher that's fairly close to the chair, and considering the fact that he does have the body slam, gives him some of that pressure. Beautifully baits that perfume.
Ooh, nice perfume.
So,
And that's
try
like
to get this rescue. Does manage to avoid that body slam. And now, great patience from the perfumer.
Oh, and gets that hit.
Beautiful job, gets the body slam on the prisoner, so there is no attack recovery, and they had to pop that Cypher considering that the prisoner is dead in the chair. Gets hit here as well.
Does get that stun.
Sadly, teleport is not up just yet. It's almost up. They are trying to make their way over, but this Hunter has these jumps. He's likely gonna jump over to that gate. Or no, he's not gonna take the risk. He's gonna check this gate first. But now teleport is up. Does not have Tinnitus here. And there we go with the teleport.
Sees the perfumer, but looks like she's gonna take the.
Try to jump
the
over the railing there. Sadly, because of the roof, is not able to do so.
Oh! Gets that hit.
So there we have the cooling down. However, Priestess is on the other side of the map. Teleport is not up yet, so let's just have a quick look at where she's at. She is opening that gate, so this is very likely gonna be a one survivor escape because the teleport has already been used. It's not up just yet, but wow. Really well played from this Hunter. I mean, all things considered, this definitely shows how strong a Cypher Rush team can be, because they almost managed to still tie it, even though this Lucino played incredibly well. But yeah, these survivors almost managed to tie that match. However, the fact that he got that body slam off the prisoner, that was after half, so the prisoner didn't have a lot of opportunities to kite out long enough for his teammates to get to that exit gate. So yeah, that was just a bit unfortunate on the survivor part. Once again, well played from Lucino. They still got one survivor out of the gate, so that's I mean, that's another point, and that's something you want, you know, just slowly but steadily getting those points in, and there's tomorrow lots of more opportunities to actually get more points and still win this tournament.
Definitely. And as we said, every point counts, so all those one survivor gates really do count. Definitely.
Yeah, no, exactly. And basically making sure that you still get one survivor out of the gate also means that the other party doesn't get a maximum amount of points.
Definitely.
And that's also something you want to avoid, because if you get that for survivor elimination, that does mean that they get 5 points instead of 4. Which definitely puts them at a significant lead.
We're just awaiting on the Hunter now. So how are you feeling so far with the matches, Dazumu?
I mean, like I said at the start, I was really excited for these non-meta picks, and I'll be honest, these teams are delivering. they definitely are. First round,
Definitely, yeah.
the X-Boys coming in twice. Now we are having a Lucino. I haven't seen a Lucino in tournament for
A long time.
I think it's been almost a year. It's been almost a year since the last time I've seen a Lucino play in a tournament. So I am really happy about that. I couldn't be more excited, and definitely the way they managed to pull it off too. Really impressive.
Really well done.
Beautifully
really
played.
Well done.
There's not a lot else I can say about it. I am
blown
away.
Shocked. I can tell you are very, very shocked by that pick.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I still cannot believe it. I mean, all things considered, it's a really ballsy pick. Lucino, especially early game, he has those jumps, but he doesn't really have a lot to work with. For the same reason, Wucheg isn't popular in tournaments. Which is also, yeah, a bit of a shame. I really like Wucheg, but he's just not really tournament viable because even though he has that map pressure, it gets countered too much by good communication, and his chase isn't that strong. And the same kind of goes for Lucino. Doesn't really have a strong chase at the start. He does have those jumps, but it basically comes down to a lot of mind gaming. So yeah, it's not easy to work with, but they made it work in the most beautiful way.
His dads are falling in love with that match. Looks like it.
I mean, can you
very,
blame
very
me?
much so.
And like, even so, the survivors put up a great fight. They did get one survivor out of the gate because they paid great attention to where the hunter was at. With the teleport coming in, Priestess was not at the gate just yet, kind of sticked around middle. So when the teleport come in, Priestess immediately booked it to the other gate, just playing it safe, and that's what you want to see in tournaments. It's sometimes nice to try and risk going for the tie or the win, as you sometimes might do in rank. Because every match kind of counts in itself, but for tournaments it just more so looks at the complete picture. So in that case, you just want to play it safe and just go for the other gate rather than trying to do something risky, try to pull off a rescue or anything, and basically risk a 4-man elimination instead.
So you're gonna go with the band.
Alright, let's
band.
go to the band once again. I keep forgetting to do
Is that correct?
stuff.
2 survivors.
So for those who don't know, I'm still trying to work with this layout. I kind of put it together, but never really tried it on stream. So
so
that's
good.
why also things do not run as smoothly, and why I have to edit things out and such. But I'm just trying to get used to this format until we actually have the new band system in customs in game, because that would make my life a lot easier. I'll be honest. But
we appreciate all the hard work and effort, Dasmu, honestly.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I just try to do my part. Everyone is putting up an amazing fight. They are basically playing to the best of their abilities, so it only feels fair to put in my best effort too. And I love to do it. So yeah, I mean, not that great of a graphic designer, because I kind of like try to teach myself this. Do not really have someone or anything teaching me this except for YouTube. YouTube is my best friend. But yeah, I
It
like
looks so good,
to
though.
just
It's
put in
so
my
good.
2 cents. Anyways, the survivor bands. So we are first gonna see a Seer band
Here and the mechanic band.
and the mechanic. I mean, yeah. What do I have to say about it? Not a lot. It's just
Not a lot, really.
not a lot. It's just a common meta band. Like I said, just playing it safe, not take any risks. Because, like, the issue with banning on survivors, you can ban someone's main, but as a survivor, it's easier to teach yourself a new faction over, not a faction, basically. So, what tends to happen is that, let's just say you are a perfumer main. And your perfumer gets banned, but because you play perfumer, you kind of probably already have the timing and the kiting skills down for a survivor such as Seer. So it's easier to learn it, and that goes for a lot, because I used to play, back in the day, I've played Bomber, I've played Prospector, I've played Mercenary a lot, from there on Gravekeeper forward. And I'm not even that active as a survivor main, or like a player in general, because I more tend to stick to tournaments and such. But yeah.
Who do you main now, Daza? Who would you say, like, right now would be your main? Seems like you play a lot.
I did not play a lot last season, I'll be honest. I did get a B badge for forward last season. For
pro forward, Daza? Oh.
Yeah, no, I got a B badge for forward, like halfway into the season. At the start, I had a B badge for Mercenary and a C badge for Gravekeeper, so I usually just kind of stick to Rescuers. We do have the Hunter band coming in too, which is gonna be the Disciple. Hunter we haven't seen today, or not really discussed her as well. Disciple, after she got nerfed, I think it's already been 2 seasons. We are also getting the survivor picks right now. That's
what a
man,
combo.
My heart. We're gonna get a batter and a cowboy.
A bathtub. Wow. This is gonna be a very annoying
Oh yeah, no, I'll be honest. Of course, like I said, I play forward. I really like my harass type characters. I'm more of a rescuer main, as you may have seen or heard at this point. I usually stick to rescue because not a lot of people like to play it. I don't really mind it, but I will switch it up with forward to just basically be annoying. I really like being annoying. But Batter is actually a character I've been trying to pick up for a bit lately. Don't play as much because I don't have time, because I was busy trying to prepare for this tournament, for another tournament, for ICL, and then there is my job, of course, so sadly not a lot of time for me to rank. But Batter, yeah. Batter. Yeah, that's a character I like a lot. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure type of survivor, because I do know that Better is not considered to be great, it's not considered to be meta, etc, etc, but he's fun, and I like that. So yeah.
Is that right, or is that like... Yes, so I was thinking... Mercenary band? Oh, the meta...
Yeah, we just gotta go ahead and get...
We're not surprised.
Did I really click the wrong one? Oh, oops, my bad. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to it. But, oh man, I am so excited for Better.
I really am too.
Honestly, is really delivering. Coming in with that evil reptilian, now Better and Cowboy. let's. Oh man. I love to see this. I definitely love to see this. Yeah, they're definitely going for a harassing team comp. Which is interesting, of course. Because, I mean, yes and no. Let's put it like this. So, generally, in tournaments, you see a lot of harassment heavy type of teams when they need to get a 4-man escape. Because of that harassment, can be game changing.
Definitely.
And in a tournament like this,
Especially a
where
good
points
harassment.
matter over rounds and such, you want as many people out of the gate. However, Asterism is in the lead, and we are gonna see the final picks coming in too right now. So the Enchantress and the Priestess.
Priestess, not a surprising pick. It is Moonlit, but Enchantress is an
but
interesting
then
pick,
we
definitely.
have the Hunter pick, and we did already see that this Hunter had an A badge for this specific character. But wow, once again, these teams are delivering. We're getting a Hell Ember match. No way. No way.
I do sense excitement in here as well.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind there's a batter, an enchantress, and a priestess, and the fact that Hell Ember actually gathers his flames over stuns does mean that it's really risky to go in for these stuns, because it basically just feeds this Hell Ember more flames, more puppets, and so on. It will have to come down to that first kite.
This is gonna be an interesting.
Definitely.
Especially with the Hell Ember. I have not seen the Hell Ember in quite a while, just like with Lucino, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah. Oh,
it's gonna be
man.
very
I
interesting.
am really excited. Do see that one of these fights is still standing on the mechanic, which was sadly banned, so they are actually not able to pick that. So we just have to wait and see if they actually gonna change that. Which they didn't, so we have to restart it. Our apologies for that.
I'm just gonna have a talk with the teams. Give us 1 second, everyone.
Alright. Our apologies. We'll be trying to start this shortly, but Alright. Let's just wait for a bit. Let me just casually sit here for a bit while this gets fixed and they will be out of the game.
So, I've just had a bit of a word with the teams, and we're trying to get a hold of the Hunter at the moment. He seemed to be AFK from Discord, focusing on the actual match as you see before you.
We left
very
because
intense
we
right
have to
now.
restart it. So I have to set up this custom as quickly as
teams
possible.
have agreed that they are that was the Asterism's fault. It was a misclick on their behalf, and they are very, very happy to restart the match. So it's going to be an Enchantress, Priestess, Cowboy, and Batter, as they put.
Let's just wait for the match to or the Hunter to surrender. Look at Geisha, I guess. Our apologies for the inconvenience. We'll be trying to get back as quickly as possible. So yeah, how is everyone doing? I know everyone is really excited for the Helmer match. You should be. I'll be honest. Especially considering the team comp, and I'm glad I have a moment to kind of talk about this right now, because we do have a harassment type, heavy type of team comp with the Batter and the Cowboy, and then there's of course the Enchantress, which is also kind of considered a harassment type character. Not really, because she's more of a kiter, and those single stacks don't do a lot, but does have some harassment potential. And then there's the final character, that's the priestess. But as you may have already noticed, there is no rescuer on the team. And if there's anything that Hell Ember is good at, it's camping. So this means that for these survivors to win this match, the first kite has to be really good. And I mean, anything under 3 ciphers is likely gonna result in a loss unless they have a really good makeup kite. Then they can still draw the match. But if they do not manage to kite for those 3 first ciphers to pop, it might very well result in a tie or worse for Asterism in this match. So that definitely is gonna be interesting. However, on the other hand, of course, we have some rescue type characters. There is some opportunities to do things as balloon rescues to get some support in. There's the priestess too, of course, so she's also able to set up those portals on the bridges. But like I said, those stuns do mean that the Hell Ember is gonna gather more flames, and especially with balloon rescues, the issue with that is that the Hell Ember can put out a flame, and the cowboy is not really able to pull off lasso rescues. The battery's not able to put off any balloon rescues too, for the fact that the flame can just chase them away. So this team comp is relatively weak against Hell Ember, and it definitely has to come down to the guiding skills of this team to make it work.
So they have agreed to restart, as they said before. So we're just awaiting on you, Dathama. Sorry about the inconvenience, everyone. As I said, it was Asterism was misclick on that.
It happens.
So yeah, they are gonna go with Battle, Cowboy, Enchantress, and Priestess. It should have been instead of Mechanic.
In that case, I am gonna grab some more water, because this is taking a bit longer than I anticipated. So I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
You can go ahead and talk to chat, I guess.
Don't leave me by myself.
You'll be fine.
So yeah, apologies to everyone watching right now. Unfortunately, they went mech instead of going the actual pick that they were going for. We do apologize as well that it's been a bit of a kind of messy situation right now. But as Dazumu is saying, we are still getting used to the whole banning system that's being implemented in right now. So we're just awaiting on Dazumu right now. I can only apologize to everyone watching the stream. How are you feeling, Dazumu? Okay, so we are restarting the match. Oh my. I can only apologize to everyone. For those people asking, so they went as mechanic. Asterism went as mechanic when they shouldn't have gone as mechanic at all. So we're just restarting. Oh. My. Anyways, I hope that everyone is having a good good evening, afternoon. Whatever you guys are time zone in. And we'll get this as soon as possible. Get this going.
Hi, I am back. So, did I miss anything? Or have we been left alone? It seems like we have been left alone once again, so... Hi, welcome everyone in chat. Our apologies for the inconvenience we had. A misclick on the survivor picks, so we're currently just waiting for Red's Hunter to get back in the game so we can restart. We've already been through the character selection, so for this matchup we are gonna see a priestess, a batter, cowboy, and enchantress versus a hell ember unlit.
If you wanna re-invite me, I'll invite the Royal Red Hunt.
Alright, let's get you back into the game.
I can only apologize to everyone, including you, Dazan.
It's alright.
That. And we should be all ready, as you said. We got the team comps and the hunter and the band, so...
Alright, let's get back into this.
There we go. We have the enchantress, cowboy, batter, and the priestess against the hell ember. As it should have been before.
I do see someone saying this doesn't seem fair. Please elaborate on how, if there's any issues, by the way, with this tournament or anything happening in chat or you name it, please do feel free to reach out to me on my Discord or to reach out to Magnus. The Discord link for the server of Tower of God is actually linked in... Oh, that's the wrong one. Apologies. The Discord server is linked in the description. Anyways, we are gonna get into this match finally. We have the same spawn as we saw last match with the Evil Reptilian, the Work Carousel. Also, once again, going straight for that Christmas tree. And there's Enchantress. That's a great first target, actually, for Hellenberg. Because you do have to keep in mind, Enchantress is the only one on this team without that decoding debuff. So she's the fastest decoder. Also, her single stacks will only feed flames to Hell Ember, so it's a really good find.
No one gets that first hit.
It does seem like this hunter is also bringing an insolence build.
Yeah.
Basically acknowledging that, like I said, this is a team where the first kite has to be 3 ciphers if they want to have even a chance at winning, for the fact that they do not have a rescuer on the team. So bringing in that insolence, also the blink, making sure that the first chase is going to be cut short, and there we go with the first down. 5 ciphers remaining. What a beautiful job.
Looks like that batter is trying to harass as well.
And there we go with the flame.
Oh, misses that.
Oh, the stun was actually blocked by the flame there. Well played from the helm. I'm not sure. I didn't even know that was a thing, even though that it kind of makes sense. But uses that pull to get that hit on the batter too. Now he's gonna get cut off for the rescue with the teleport coming in.
Oh, I'm afraid it's gonna be an after half.
So this means that we do see that the cowboy is actually in fact gonna come in for this rescue here. We do see that there's 2 flames available, and they actually decide to go for the double rescue. Definitely something you want here because only 1 survivor. Ooh, beautiful lasso! And here's the chair too! Cowboy is getting the rescue off beautifully! And the Enchantress is back in the game. It is a save after half, but she is off that chair, does have a 3-stack available. So that does mean that she has an opportunity to do somewhat of a rebound. Cowboy staying in the area, gonna put it look in. Ooh, sadly the 3-stack coming in too late. Is the cowboy gonna be able to support this Enchantress in her kite? If he succeeds in doing so, that means that there's definitely an opportunity for the survivors here to make it work.
Definitely.
Ooh, beautiful down, gets the TP hit on this Enchantress. This Hell Ember is doing an amazing job. Now also the cowboy going down against that flame that he put out. Like I said, that flame making it so that cowboy and batter cannot peacefully harass. And now cowboy down, he's gonna teleport back to that cipher, still has that puppet on it. Just gonna switch in between, keeping that map pressure high, trying to prevent that cipher from being popped and pushing the batter back off. So batter is gonna dismantle this puppet now. It's basically all he can do in this case. He cannot really afford for this Hell Ember to teleport back on him once again, because that does mean that this batter is gonna go down. Priestess is the only one who is full health, doesn't have any portals here though. However, Hell Ember doesn't have any flames available, so there is an opportunity for Priestess to work around it. If she can manage, Batter is gonna be able to pop that cipher, but they still have 1 complete cipher to go, if I am right. So Priestess actually making her way around.
Uses that blink.
Oh no, and there's a puppet on the chair, so he can just switch back. There's no one able to rescue right now. This is gonna be a win for Hell Ember.
Looking like it.
Are we actually gonna see 2 non-meta hunters dominate in the second round?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Beautiful teleport once again, going straight onto the batter. And now getting once again the no attack recovery hit. The skill of this Hell Ember is insane.
Absolutely shocking.
It's incredibly hard to pull off. He's definitely making it look really easy, but it's incredibly hard to pull off these teleport hits. But he's making it work. And like I said, he's making it look so easy, but it's incredibly hard. There's not a lot of Helmers, especially on this server, who are able to pull that off.
Nothing much this Enchantress can do.
Also for the person asking, this is indeed the current standings. It's 9-3 in the second half of the second round. So we will still play 1 round after this. And that's it for today. We're only having 1 matchup today.
Oof, Batter does use his self here.
Yes, now as the priestess down, priestess is still able to pick herself up too. It's
Step up, yeah.
basically kinda a battle for dungeon, however.
Dungeon,
Especially
definitely.
because it's a Hellhammer, you can just put his puppets right over the
Right in
survivor
you.
who's being bled out. It's really hard, and to actually gain that dungeon in a match like this, priestess gonna
Definitely.
pick herself up immediately, destroy the puppet. Beautiful hit, knockback, I
Beautiful.
should say,
Yeah.
from the batter. However, it seems like the Hellhammer is just gonna switch back to the priestess, knowing that yeah, she will. If she's down, there's nothing she can do. She already used her self heal. She is gonna try and make the best out of this fourth stop area.
Royal Red really wants that win. They really
team.
want that.
So the issue with this is that, as we all know, the hunter is just currently bleeding out these survivors, making it so that they cannot get that dungeon, because if the hunter decides to chair that survivor, the other survivor can just sell that one survivor and go for that dungeon, because it opens up that quickly. But now, because of the bleeding out, this hunter has so much time to down the last survivor. It's pretty much impossible to gain the dungeon in a situation like this. He's now just kind of like looking around for his batter. Better could potentially try pick up the priestess, but honestly, in cases like this, it only prolongs the game.
Looks like the batter is trying to make his way to dungeon, but will he make it? He's not gonna
priestess
make it.
Is not even halfway through.
Yeah.
So better may
Definitely
reach
not.
it, but there's just not a lot. The better can do in this
nothing
case,
much
which is really unfortunate. And that's the issue with situations like these. It always, or well, I should not say always. It pretty much always ends up in the hunter's favor. I've seen a few occasions where the survivors make it work, but it's extremely rare. And there we go with a 4-man elimination. What a beautiful Hellhammer game. Especially those teleports were on point. I do really have to give it to that cowboy earlier for that rescue that he did, lassoing right over the Hellhammer as the flame was approaching him, avoiding it altogether, and then having the Hellhammer hit the chair too, getting a clean rescue off of the Hellhammer as a non-rescue character. That was really impressive, and it was really well done from Cowboy. Also, Enchantress, we see, did have a 102nd kite, but like I said at the start, she did have to kite for 3 ciphers as an opening kite, basically, because like we saw, it's incredibly risky to rescue against the Hellhammer. Better got cut off. That does mean that the priestess had to come in as well, making it so that pretty much no one was able to decode. So Cypher Rush was really low, and it kind of caught back at them at the end, because obviously, like I said as well, Enchantress is the only one who didn't have debuff, so it was an extremely good find for Hellhammer. Got quite lucky with that one. Having a cowboy as a first target would also have been alright, but Enchantress is definitely the target. You won on this one. Other than that, yeah, it was... Hellhammer did kind of get lucky at the start. Enchantress did all she could, but yeah, because everyone else on the team had that decoding debuff, it certainly wasn't enough. And there we go with the 4-man elimination.
Our very first 4-man of the matches, if I'm correct.
Yeah, indeed. This is the first 4-man elimination. So right now we are gonna head into the 3rd round. yeah, we're just gonna head into the third round. So we first have to wait for the teams to pick a map, and pick whatever site will be on Survivor and Hunter first. So we have to do a coin toss first, which sadly once again is gonna take a bit. So apologies for that, but yeah, we have to
apologies,
get the
everyone.
done.
I'm just gonna head off and have a talk with Asterism and Royal Red now to see what maps and Hunter or Survivor they're gonna be. So.
Also, I see some questions about the point system. So basically, this tournament goes a bit differently than the standard tournament. The reason for this, we have 3 teams participating. So basically what happens in this matchup or in this tournament is that every team faces the 2 other teams, and the team that gathers the most points throughout all of these matches is the winner of this tournament. This does mean rounds don't matter as much. I know they are shown on the scoreboard, which is just more of a fun fact in this case than it actually makes a huge difference. Maybe in the end, if points will be tied, we might have a look at rounds instead, see which team won more rounds over the other in case there's a tie in points. But the chances of that are fairly low actually, because there is because we have 3 matchups right now, and then there is 6 more, or 3 matches right now, and then 6 matches tomorrow. So basically, every team plays a total of 6 matches, where they can gather points for their team, and yeah, basically just the person or the team, I should say, that gathers the most points, they win. The point system is the same as for the official tournament, so that means with a 4 survivor escape, the surviving team gains 5 points. With a 4 survivor elimination, the hunter gains 5 points, and from there on, a 3 survivor escape means 3 points for the survivors and 1 point for the hunter. In case of a tie, it's 2-2, and so on. But I think Magnus can explain that any further if you would like.
The long way. So, looks like Hunter Asterism will be going Hunter first because they lost that coin toss, and Royal Red did choose Ever Sleeping Town as their map of choice. So that's gonna be an interesting one.
Ooh, Ever Sleeping.
Ever Sleeping. It's my same thoughts.
I mean, to be fair, Ever Sleeping is somewhat more of a popular tournament pick nowadays. The reason for this is, of course, Ever Sleeping is known to be a more survivor-sided map. However, on the other hand, it's also a really good map for hunters like Dream Witch and Sculptor, which, like we know, are meta hunters. So for that reason, we actually sometimes do see Ever Sleeping coming up. We're in the 3rd round. It's going to be risky. On the other hand, though, Ever Sleeping is also a pretty good map for X-Boy. And we do know that both teams actually play X-Boy. So, you never know. You never know.
Alright, seems like the team has some questions, so I'm just gonna head on out again, and I'll be back in a second.
Alright. If you have any questions regarding the score system that may have been left unanswered so far, please feel free to follow the link in the description that will lead to Tower of Gods Discord server, and there you can find all tournament information. All the players and such are in there as well, but there you can go ahead and ask your questions basically. So if there's anything unclear or if there are any issues or whatsoever, please go to that Discord and try to reach to either me, Dazamu, or to Magnus, and we'll try to help you as good as we possibly can. So right now we're just gonna wait for a bit for all the players to get back into this match.
So we're just waiting on the survivors right now, and we'll get the match going. This has been an interesting tournament, would you say? Doesn't
I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, this is from what I've heard, this is your first tournament that you're hosting to.
Everyone knows, yes.
You know, there's always things that you will end up running into, and then the new banning system does not help at all. It makes things unnecessarily complicated because normally character selection takes 2 to 3 minutes. However, because of this, because everything has to go through chat rather than just through these selection
That's
screen,
the hardest bit.
it takes 10 times as long, and we've seen this in other tournaments too. There is still a lot unclear for these teams around these bans, so you end up explaining it a lot. I know Eli was in here earlier. I'm not sure if he's still here, but I think Eli has explained it. It must have been 20 times. It must have been 20 times already. The poor lad. He keeps explaining it. He never gets a break. But yeah, it does show that this new ban system it's still kind of complicated, and because especially it's not been in any of the official NAU tournaments, it's only been in the leagues in Asia. So we do not really have a lot of examples of how it exactly works, especially if you're not as active on the overall Identity 5 competitive scene. So with that I mean not just on NAU, but you like to get more globally about it. Just follow China, just follow Japan, not even Southeast Asia, it's really China and Japan who are really into that. So if you do not really follow those, which is especially hard because it doesn't always get streamed onto YouTube, for example. So it's not like you have as easy access to it as you would on the NAU part. But yeah, for that reason, there is still a lot unknown to a lot of players on this server. Doesn't make it any easier, but we'll try our best to work our way around it. And you know, and we'll probably end up with everyone understanding it sooner or later. It just has, it just takes a bit. I do see that the hunter has disappeared. Just
Sorry, apologies guys. Apparently the Hunter's game crashed, so currently starting the game.
Classic Identity 5 things.
Okay, so
alright, let's get back into this. Let's just go on to the character selection.
So let's go.
Oh, still see him. A random mercenary band.
Mac Ossie.
There we go. I should have just left the merc ban in. We're actually trying to see a mercenary ban. Nothing new. Hunter can actually ban 2 survivors right now.
They can?
Yeah, because it's
they're
the
not
third
the same
round.
team though. I'm so confused what's happening, to be honest. I don't know.
So
Oh
for
my
this,
God.
yeah. So in the third round, normally the hunter would be able to ban 3 survivors, and then
But they're
1
all on from
survivor.
different teams.
Yeah, we are gonna follow it a bit differently because not everyone that's playing right now has a lot of survivors or hunters they can actually play or main.
Yes.
So instead, we're just gonna go with a total of 3 survivor ban and then 1 hunter ban. Or we can just do it like this. Whatever works for you, honestly. But normally you would see 3 survivor bans right now in the third round, 2 hunter bans, and then after the first 2 survivors have locked in, there would be a 4th survivor ban.
Oh, so it looks like they're locking in Priestess and Wildling.
Wildling?
Yes. So, interesting pick, Wildling. So, let me just confirm that with them and see if that's actually what they are locking in.
I mean, to be fair, Wildling definitely not a bad survivor pick. Wildling.
Yes. It looks like it is a Priestess and Wildling pick for Royal Red here.
So basically the thing about Wildling, and that's why he's especially good in tournaments like these, I've already kinda told about the fact that harassment type heavy team comps tend to have very high survivability and are very favorable if you need lots of survivors out of the gate, because they can turn that game around. We're also gonna see a mechanic ban.
Of course, we called it.
For that Cypher Rush. But yeah, Wildling, especially because he has that boar, has a very high chance of clutching dungeon or a gate if needed. Yeah. So that makes him a really good survivor if you need those points. If you need that 1 point, Wildling is your man.
Definitely.
He did get nerfed, of course. He did receive a bit of a nerf on that board. It's now lasting 35 seconds rather than 60 seconds. But overall, Wildling is your man if you need that 1 point.
Looks like they do want that 1 point too to secure that.
Also, still waiting for the hunter ban on the survivor side.
Oh, hunter ban.
Yeah, we do have to get that too.
It seems like they are taking. So I'm just gonna go in and ask them myself.
That's alright.
Seems like the chat is not very much working. So it looks like they're gonna go for a sculptor ban. Royal Red will be going for a sculptor ban in Ever Sleeping.
That's fair. Like I said, Sculptor and Dream Witch are actually really strong on this map. Sculptor for the fact there's a lot of alleyways, so she can really work around with those statues. Which definitely works in her favor. It's definitely something you want. Of course, there's also some more open spaces, but generally, those alleyways work in Sculptor's favor. And then there's Dream Witch. Ever Sleeping, it's not that big of a map. The Cypher Cyphers are distributed in such a way that it's fairly easy for her to gain some good map pressure. We're also gonna see the Explorer coming in. So interesting there, this is the first round, I think, from this team we are not seeing a prisoner.
Prisoner, yes, I was thinking that. And as you were saying earlier, Explorer is a good survivor when it comes to tournaments.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I did see someone in chat saying, yeah,
I know.
there have been some issues regarding the bans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will
this
just,
is
I'll just leave that to Magnus.
yes. It's a oh my god. Bear with us, guys.
So, right now we're just waiting. Yeah, we're just waiting for, the ban issue to get figured out, so, please bear with us for a second. Our apologies for the inconvenience once again. Like I said, not everyone is familiar yet with the new ban system, so there are some inconsistencies going around, and we're just gonna try our best to solve it as quickly as possible.
The third ban from the Hunter side is the Seer ban. So we are gonna see that Seer ban as well.
I mean, everyone already picked, so it's a bit late, but you know, yeah.
We're now just waiting for that Hunter selection to come in. As I said, I know you've said this a lot, Dazumu, but yeah, everyone is still, including me myself, I'm getting used to this.
It's alright. It's alright. Just my best tip is to just write the ban system out for yourself. Because that's the quickest way to like learn it, understand it, and see it. Anyways, you're gonna see a Blood Queen.
A Bloody Queen. Everyone knows how much I love Bloody Queen. This is gonna be interesting. I am so excited for this match.
Well, I mean, the stage is yours.
But it is gonna be tricky with that grave there too. And the wildling, I would say.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is a bit of a rough team comp for Blood Queen. However, Blood Queen is, I mean, she isn't as much of a popular third round hunter now that the Disciple got buffed. You see Disciple a bit more than Blood Queen, but Blood Queen still considered the TIE Queen. And we'll have to see if this Blood Queen is gonna take it a step further and come through with that win rather than just go for the tie. Obviously, they can settle for a tie. They are in the lead point-wise, so they are basically standing at a bit of a comfortable position here. So, that's all good for them, actually. Alright. Let's get into this match.
It'll be interesting to see what this Bloody Queen does. And as you said, she's not much of a popular pick anymore.
Priestess is gonna be the first target. That's incredibly unfortunate for the Blood Queen here. Priest is really strong on Ever Sleeping, and it seems like Blood Queen just says, I do not want to deal with this. I do not want to deal with Priestess on Ever Sleeping, because that's a Priestess on Ever Sleeping. What else do I need to say?
Yeah, like, it'll be a nightmare, let's just say.
Yeah,
Looks
no,
like this
exactly.
is struggling to find. The only one she can really chase is the Explorer, but he is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that makes it kind of complicated.
Definitely.
Of course, the Explorer basically doing what he does best, which is hiding. We did see he was in that graveyard area. Now this Hunter going for that sandwich on the Gravekeeper is gonna shuffle. It's sadly too late and takes another shuffle hit. Really unfortunate start of this kite for the Gravekeeper. Is he gonna take? No, he's not gonna take the train here. He's just gonna try and kite it out, which is gonna be really rough. Blink is available for this Hunter, and so is that mirror once again.
Oh, it
no,
tries to get
gets
that
hit out of his shuffle.
shuffle.
Oh, that's incredibly unfortunate. So, bit of an unlucky start for the Blood Queen, finding the Priestess first. However, does get a nice quick down on the Gravekeeper. Did also manage to get both shuffles out of the Gravekeeper too.
Nearest to that Explorer. Ooh.
So the Explorer doing well, just using his book. Rescue right after half, generally not really something you want to see, especially against the Blood Queen. Blood Queen isn't as strong of a camper, so that means that Tide Turner is a heavy counter to her. It's basically just 23 seconds as you pretty much get the rescue out guaranteed, unless you, unless the Hunter outplays you, basically. That's kind of what's going on. So, Gravekeeper being eliminated here, we do have 2 ciphers remaining. It's still possible for these survivors to die. However, the game, I would say, is in the Blood Queen's favor. Blink is still available.
Ooh,
now the Explorer being found. Gets that mirror hit on the Explorer. And I do kind of expect to see a Blink anytime soon now. She does want to get that Explorer down as quickly as possible. Especially there's the Wildling and the Priestess who are decoding. Wildling did have to hop off of the Cypher to rescue the Gravekeeper. Ooh, get mind gamed on the pallet.
This is
That was a beautiful play from the Blood Queen. Great mind game on the Explorer. Still has that Blink available.
Oh, I thought of that.
So the Hunter just trying to destroy the portal here. Sadly does not really get the angle off. It's really hard to basically guess the portal placement there. Which is alright. That's not the end of the world. We're just making a beautiful portal. Gets the rescue up right before half as well. So we are gonna see as we're going down. Let's quickly look at the cipher. So we do see one is Prime Priestess is going to the last cipher. If the Wildling is able to get this rescue off, they might still have an opportunity at tying this match, but it's gonna be really close.
Look like that Cypher is near to.
Beautiful job from Blood Queen here, noticing that that cipher is the last cipher they were working on, prioritizing protecting that cipher over camping this chair. Wildling is gonna try to go for it. It is really close, but it's definitely not primed yet. They cannot push the sights too hard, especially since, like I said, Link is still available. I do not know if this hunter brought a trump card build, but if she did, it's definitely looking like a hunter win. Ooh, Wildling getting hit off the board.
Oh, and gets hit.
Oh no, that's a huge turn. That was definitely looking like the game is in the hunter's favor.
Oh, and gets what a good mirror hit on that.
Beautiful mirror indeed. Explorer is getting. Oh no, the blade cutting just a bit too short, and the priestess getting away just in time.
This is game changing. Let's just see what happens.
I mean, I'm not too sure if it's really all that game changing. Explorer is dead on chair, Wildling's still down, so Priestess did manage to get away, but Explorer is gonna be sent back to the manor. That Cypher still isn't primed.
Oh. And dungeon is close too. Looks like they're really trying to top that.
They're really trying to pressure it. Like I said, especially when everyone on the Survivor team is injured, you cannot really play too aggressively around that last Cypher. A lot of times, what you see happen in not only tournaments but also in rank is that the survivors know that that lost Cypher is kind of close to getting primed and they really want to rush it down. However, if you proceed to rush it down while the team is in bad condition, what generally ends up happening is that everyone goes down on the very last Cypher and it quickly turns into the hunter's favor, because there is definitely opportunities for the Survivor team to still at the very least fight this match. However, because they played maybe a bit too aggressive, the Explorer, of course, pick up Mind Gainer was beautifully done from this Blood Queen, and from there on, she decided to pressure that Cypher rather than to really camp those chairs. Now, the Survivor's getting chaired on this final Cypher as well. It just all makes it really hard to pressure that lost Cypher as a surviving team, and in that case, you have to put your team's condition over that final Cypher machine. We do see that Blood Queen is just gonna camp this.
Oh, but does
I
get
must
that
say that the survivors are incredibly unlucky, because the final Cypher, where everyone is getting chaired, is also next to dungeon. That's incredibly unlucky. That's insanely unlucky for the survivors. I really do have to point that out. If the dungeon was at another point, would have been way luckier. However, Priest is still managing to get the rescue off, like we saw. So now it's gonna come down. Wildling is getting chased. This is actually really good for the survivors, because this does give the Priestess an opportunity to decode another Cypher. However, Priestess opting to go for that Cypher that's oh so close to being primed. Blood Queen is really prioritizing protecting this final Cypher over actually eliminating. Oh, there we go with the abnormal.
That's it.
Honestly, a bit of a late abnormal switch. If I was this Blood Queen, I would have done so earlier. This does, we see the Priestess now actually starting a new Cypher, but this definitely gives the Blood Queen a lot of room to work with. Of course, both survivors have a major debuff in decoding. Both have been chaired too. Blood Queen does have to be careful with chairing that survivor. Gets the hit through the pallet. Great patience from Blood Queen once again. Now he's gonna come down to Wildling. Wildling does have his boar available, so he's able to do something. I'm not too sure if this is actually pick herself up. Let's have a quick look. She, in fact, did not pick herself up just yet, so not all is lost for the survivors. They're still gonna fight until the very end to get the one survivor out of the game.
Oh.
And there goes the Wildling. So Wildling did actually pick himself up already. If I remember correctly, yeah, he did indeed. So anyways.
Normal it again.
So you see, the Priestess is actually gonna try and get the Wildling. The unfortunate thing here, once again, Wildling going down in this area, is that it's really close to dungeon. So yeah, we do see that the Blood Queen is gonna share this Wildling. Basically right on top of dungeon, there's not a lot the Priestess can do here. Blood Queen not taking any risks for this Priestess to pop another cipher, so... But we did see a Priestess clutch up that dungeon once.
Yeah,
Can she do it again? Can she do it again? Imagine if she did. Priestess doing her very best to juke out the mirror, actually manages to do so.
Great job from this Priestess, honestly. He wants that dungeon.
Just really looking for an opening, trying to wait for the Blood Queen to step away, get the portal. There is the portal.
Oh,
but there sadly she goes.
Just get it.
It was a really good try. Honestly, it was a really good try from Priestess, but yeah, sadly not a lot she could do in that situation, especially against the Blood Queen, and the fact that this match took place on the Dungeon 2. Like I said earlier, it was extremely unlucky for the survivors, having that lost cipher, having everyone go down around it, right at the dungeon spawn too.
Dungeon spawn too, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just incredibly unlucky. There's no other way around it. That was definitely not in favor of the surviving team. So they really tried their best with what they had, and like I said, they did get close to that tie, but because of all these conditions, the game definitely fell into Blood Queen's favor, and you do have to give it to them. They did an amazing job playing her.
Good job on that Blood Queen. Ooh.
Alright, so I think we are getting done. One more game now.
Oh, do we have one more game?
Or not. I will just leave you to it.
Me. Oh yes, we do, because this is the we do need a last ever sleeping match. So you are right. Yes, we do have a last match. So.
In that case, I'll just try to pick up someone's again. I apologize for y'all hearing 2 songs at the same time. Kind of annoying. I'm sorry, I did not think that through. I definitely did not think that through. But I'll figure a way to fix the audio for that too, I guess. I hope. This is really experimental. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah. And all the waiting as well. I can only apologize as well for all the waiting.
I mean, like I said, the new ban system, it's not a lot of people know exactly how it works, so it doesn't really make it a lot easier to work with it. But everyone tries their best to make it work.
Okay, so I'm just gonna head off and talk to the teams and see what the bans will be. So, if I'm correct, it will be a total of 3 survivor bans again. Is that right, Dr. Moon?
Oh? Hold up.
Is that...
Yeah, we have 3 survivor bans
yeah.
coming up. So 2 at the start, and then the 3rd one after the 2 survivors have been locked in.
Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna head off and talk to the team. So, our first 2 survivor bans are actually Priestess and Mech on Ever Sleeping.
Priestess and Mechanic. Alright, let's get into the character selection in that case. Still forgot to... I'm sorry guys, it's not... The whole character selection thing not going as smooth. I'm trying. So what did you say the bans were? Have I been left alone again? Yeah, I have been. There we go. So we are having a priestess ban and a mechanic ban. So yeah, I mean, priestess on Ever Sleeping. It's just as bad as priestess on Moonlit. No, Priestess on Moonlit, I would say it's a bit worse because the global portal can really hurt you as a hunter on Moonlit. On Ever Sleeping, it's not as much the case. It's still annoying to deal with, but Ever Sleeping is a smaller map, so therefore it's a bit easier to work around it. But those buildings and the Priestess portals onto that, we have seen last match with the Bloody Queen. Bloody Queen just completely ignoring the Priestess because of the fact she can just do that. And the Priestess played it really well. Sadly, did not manage to get the dungeon. However, we did get maximum points on that match too. Had some really good portals coming in, especially on that rescue as well. It was really well played from the Priestess, so definitely fair to see a Priestess ban coming in, and of course mechanic for that Cypher Rush. We are just gonna wait for the Hunter ban. And then we are gonna see what we are gonna get regarding the picks for these teams.
So, sorry about the wait. So it looks like they are gonna be banning the Hell Ember from...
Hell Ember? I mean, honestly, kind of fair. That was an amazing Hell Ember game.
Definitely.
I think there's only one hunter then, right? Right? I still do not see. I'll be honest, I'm a bit confused as well at this moment. So yeah, we are gonna see Hell Ember ban. It's not in in-game chat though, and Magnus kinda disappeared too. So I don't really know what's going on. I'll be honest. But we're just gonna wait it out. I think it's really funny to see a Hell Ember ban. I mean, it's fair. That Hell Ember run was amazing. It was nothing but amazing. So I would probably end up banning Hell Ember too, because that stuff is scary. Like, not even Hell Ember is great at camping. We know Hell Ember is one of the best hunters at camping. But the fact that this hunter got those teleport, no recovery hits down, absolutely insane. That's really strong. Like I said, it's really hard to pull off. I do not know many people who can actually do that. So that's really impressive. It's really, really impressive. So yeah, honestly, it's really fair to just go in and respect that Hell Ember and just say, you know what? We're not gonna deal with it. We do not want to deal with that.
Well, it looks like they are gonna lock in Cowboy Wildling.
So we are once again back on the harassment. Oh, that's the... Alright, so we are gonna see the Cowboy and the Wildling. Curious to see if they are once again gonna basically go in for that strong harassment team comp. I'll just have to wait and see, honestly. We don't want to be bullied by an Ember. Yeah, no. You and me both. That Hell Ember is something else. So we're gonna see a mercenary ban as the third survivor ban. So now it's just gonna wait until the last two survivor picks and then the hunter.
Ento and Doctor are the last two survivors that they are picking.
Oh, it's really fun. We haven't actually seen an entomologist up until this point, because entomologist, after that buff, really strong. And doctor coming in too.
It's gonna be an interesting match, I would say.
Practice with mayhem is hell. That's a terrible pun. I gotta give it to you. That's terrible. It was amazing. Great pun. But I can imagine. I can imagine that would be hell.
And now we're just waiting on the hunter selection. Percy! It looks like they're going Percy.
No way.
We've been getting
interesting. That's it. Alright. That's definitely something else I did not see coming.
Oh my.
We are actually gonna see a Percy coming in. Wow. I definitely did not wake up this morning thinking this is what I would be seeing today. Wow. I mean, Undead, generally not really great for tournaments. The reason for this is that it's easier to clutch dungeon against Percy. Of course, Percy, once the last survivor gets eliminated, they still have a bit of room to still crawl to that dungeon, and you can actually go a long way with it. So for that reason, Percy's not really a hunter you see a lot on tournaments. But yeah, definitely excited to see how this hunter's gonna make it work. Ever Sleeping does have a lot of straight alleyways and hiding areas, so that works in Percy's favor because he has those dashes available. But we'll have to see what's gonna happen. I'm really interested in this match anyway.
He's gonna find a doctor first. Oh, get the early hit.
Ooh, this is really rough because the doctor does rely on the fact that she has to heal up mid-kite.
Oh!
Is sadly not able to do so. That's an incredibly early down. What a great start for Undead.
Oh!
Hitting
What a
entomologist
nice
right
job.
through the beast. This Percy is... Honestly, I shouldn't just say this Percy. This hunter is something else.
Oh
First
my.
Hell Ember. Now
that's the
Undead. That's a terror shock. That's 2 people down right at the start of the game. He's already in full presence too. That's absolutely insane. No way.
Oh, he's going gray already.
Sadly does kind of shoot his gun. Or his stash, I mean. So, interestingly enough, Entomologist is actually gonna go and harass with those bees rather than take the time to heal herself. Not generally something you want.
Oh,
Gets it down on the doctor once again. This hunter is doing an amazing job. So Wildling kind of trying to rest, kind of looking for an opening, but sadly giving away the free hit. Entomologist opting to harass again, interestingly enough. Trying to basically probably keep their teammate alive, but did not manage to do so, sadly. This match is absolutely insane.
A quick one.
This Percy is playing so well. 4 ciphers remaining. Doctor is dead on ground. Entomologist is still on the ground too, and then there's the Wildling who's on the ground as well. Does not get that hit off. Unfortunately enough for this doctor, TØG Tournament making it so that she cannot heal herself up, so basically forced to kite around. Normally TØG Tournament would be a good thing, but in this case, for Doctor, definitely not.
Oh.
For Cypher remaining, the Doctor's already out of the game. This is really rough. It just seemed like they're gonna try and heal up, but wasn't able to get the heal off in time. So the unfortunate thing here for the surviving team is that Undead has a lot of time. Entomologist is up right now. They already sadly used all of the bees. I'm not sure if she's dead on ground or if she still has some time. I think she still has some time to lay on the floor, but not a lot. Cowboy is being chased now. Cowboy does have that self-heal still available, so even if he gets him down, it does give the survivors a bit of time to work with, but sadly not enough. There is 4 ciphers remaining. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the ciphers. We see there's barely any progress. There is barely any progress on these ciphers. Are we gonna see an undead match with 4 ciphers remaining? That would be absolutely insane. It seems like undead is just gonna like try and look around, have a look at where everyone is located, does go back to check on this cowboy, is being moved, is gonna get up before this can reach them. Not a lot the cowboy could do in that case. Ooh, will he get the hit on the wildling as well?
Oh, misses that.
Just in time. Cowboy kind of trying to body block the wildling. Now does have his boar available. Cowboy can still pick himself up, so he's not looking too bad for him. But yet this wildling doesn't really have a lot of options here to get away. He can still kite around his area, but this undead,
that is it for
I
the
cannot
wild.
keep up with how quickly he gets those downs.
The entomologist managing to heal up.
So you see that the entomologist is just juggling some items. We do know that Ento has opened a few chests. So that sadly, yeah, means that there's even less cipher progression right now. Wow, what a beautiful view from the entomologist. I do wonder if they will actually be able to pop that final cipher. Entomologist going down one chance, what do you mean? Entomologist is out of this game. That leaves the injured cowboy. So dungeon still is unavailable. We do see cowboy
Looks like they're
hiding in a locker. Cowboy already giving up.
Looks like it. What a great last match.
Wow, this first Hell Ember, then Undead. This hunter is making it both work. I'm over here eating my words saying that Undead is not a good tournament hunter, and I've just been proven wrong by Mayhem. You can definitely make it work. Absolutely insane. That's really well played. So that means for the final score for today, it's 14 points for Aetherism, and let me quickly, so it's 5 points, so that's 13 points for Royal Red.
Oh.
So that's really close, actually.
Really close.
Also, the last match resulted in a tie, so round-wise, these teams are tied, but like we said, rounds don't really matter as much. We're mainly looking at points for this tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aetherism is in the lead currently. So yeah, this is the final matchup for today. Tune in tomorrow for the second part and the final part of this tournament. We're having
tournament.
2 matchups tomorrow, so we will have Social Rejects playing 2 rounds, one against Aneurysm and one against Royal Red. And from there on, we will just see who's gonna come out on top, who will gain the most points, and who will be the winner of this tournament. So be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow. If you wanna get notified of it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I wish all of you a great day, evening, night, whatever time it may be.
I just want to say a massive thank you to Dazumu as well for coming in here and helping us again. As I said, with this event, wouldn't have been able to do it without you, Dazumu. So thank you for being here and for commentating with me today.
No problem. I also want to take this moment to thank all of you for watching, for cheering these teams on in chat. I'm sure not just me, but these teams are also very grateful for all of your support, and I hope we can bring this same energy tomorrow for the final rounds as well. Anyways, I will see y'all later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.